Mrs. Pearson, I might. Who would? Who do you think? Mrs. Pearson again tells her that she might go out for a meal. She is talking about herself only. Now Doris, Mum, what's the matter with you? Mrs. Pearson, don't be silly. Doris, it's not me that's being silly. And I must say it's a bit much when I have been working hard all day and you can't even bother to get me tea ready. Did you hear what I said about my yellow silk? Mrs. Pearson, no. Don't you like it? No, I never did. Doris, of course I like it and I'm going to wear it tonight. So I want it ironed. Mrs. Pearson, want it ironed? What do you think it's going to do? Iron itself. Doris, no, you are going to iron it for me. You always do. Mrs. Pearson, well, this time I don't, and don't talk rubbish to me about working hard. I have a good idea how much you do. Doris Pearson, I put in twice the hours you do and get no wages, no thanks for it. Why are you going to wear your yellow silk? Where are you going? Now here, Mrs. Pearson refuses to iron her dress this time and tells her not to brag about the long hours she works, for because Mrs. Pearson herself works twice the hours as Doris and has never once complained in her life, nor has she been thanked for it. She doesn't even get paid. She then asks Doris where she is supposed to go that night. Now डोरिस उसको बोलती है कि मेरे लिए चाय क्यों रेडी नहीं की, और वो क्या बोलती है कि जाके बाहर से खा पी लो जो तुमने खाना है। और वो क्या बोलती है, मेरी येलो ड्रेस जो है आयरन कर दो। और वो क्या बोलती है उसकी मदर कि मैं वो आज आपकी जो ड्रेस है नहीं करूँगी। और इस पे डोरिस चिल्लाती है कि मैं सारा दिन काम करके थक के आती हूँ और आप मेरे साथ ऐसा कर रहे हो। और वो क्या बोलती है मिसिस पियर्सन की मेरे को ये बात मत बोलो कि मैं सारा दिन बाहर काम करती हूँ, मैं भी सारा दिन घर पे तुमसे दुगना काम करती हूँ, लेकिन मेरे को आज तक किसी ने थैंक्स बोला कुछ नहीं, मेरे को कोई पे नहीं करता मेरे काम के लिए। और वो क्या बोलती है कि तुम्हें लेकिन येलो ड्रेस डाल के जाना कहाँ है दैट नाइट। डोरिस आउट विथ चार्ली स्पेंस। मिसिस पियर्सन, वाई? डोरिस, वाई व्हाट्स द मैटर विद यू? Why shouldn't I go out with Charlie Spence if he asks me and I want to? Any objections? Go on, you might as well tell me. Mrs. Pearson, can't you find anybody other better? I wouldn't be seen dead with Charlie Spence, buck teeth and half-witted. Doris, he isn't. Mrs. Pearson, when I was for your age, I would have found somebody better than Charlie Spence or given myself as a bad job. Here Mrs. Pearson brags that she would have done a better job at finding a good boy, someone who must have been better than Charlie Spence. और वो क्या उसकी मदर बोलती है कि चार्ली स्पेंस में तो कोई क्वालिटी नहीं है और उसके क्या है दांत भी जो हैं लंबे हैं और मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता बिल्कुल भी। Doris, shut up. Next is Cyril. Hello mom, tea ready? No. Cyril, why not? Mrs. Pearson, I couldn't bother. Cyril, feeling of color or something. Mrs. Pearson, never felt better in my life. What's the idea then? Just a change. Cyril, well, snap out of it, ma, and get cracking. Haven't too much time. Now Cyril is son of Mrs. Pearson. He tells her to stop resting and make tea for him in a commanding tone. He tells her that he is in a hurry like usual. Mrs. Pearson, I have plenty of time. Cyril, yes, but I haven't got a busy night tonight. Did you put my things out? Mrs. Pearson can't remember, but I doubt it. Cyril, now look, when I asked you this morning, you promised, you said you would have to look through them first in case there was any mending. Mrs. Pearson, yes. Well, now I have decided that I don't like mending. Cyril, that's nice way to talk. What would happen if we all talked like that? Mrs. Pearson, you all do talk like that. If there's something at home you don't want to do, you don't do it. If it's something at your work, you get the union to bar it. Now all that's happening is that I have joined the movement. Cyril, I don't get this, Mum. What's going on? Mrs. Pearson changes. Now, सिरिल क्या है, अपनी मदर को बोलता है कि मेरे को आज रात को बाहर जाना है, कि मेरा जो सामान है वो रेडी है, उसमें कुछ अगर है थोड़ा बहुत तो आप उसको मेंड कर दो। और वो क्या बोलते कि मैं आपका कोई सामान है जो रेडी नहीं करूँगी, क्योंकि मेरे को मेंडिंग क्या है, ठीक करना चीज़ें पसंद नहीं है। और वो क्या बोलते कि आप आज ऐसा क्यों बोल रहे हो, अगर हम सब भी ऐसा बोलने लग गए तो। और वो क्या बोलते कि तुम सभी ऐसा ही बोलते हो मेरे साथ, और आज मैंने आपको सभी को ज्वाइन कर लिया। और वो क्या बोलता है कि तुम चाहती क्या हो। और उसकी मदर क्या बोलती है, चेंजेस। मिसिस पियर्सन, यू लुक टेरिबल, आई वुडंट वेयर दैट फेस इवन फॉर चार्ली स्पेंस। टोरिस, ओ शट अप अबाउट चार्ली स्पेंस। एंड anyhow, I am not ready yet, just dressing. And if I do look terrible, it's your fault. You made me cry. Now Doris appears on the scene with her eyes turned red and her face white. Mrs. Pearson asks her what's wrong and how would she go with Charlie Spence with this face. Now Cyril, why? What did she do? Now all steamed up, Doris tells her mom to hold her tongue about Charlie Spence. She further adds that she is not yet ready, and the reason behind her awful look is that she has been crying after talking to Mrs. Pearson. And here Cyril interrupts and interrogates as to what did their mother do. Doris, never mind. Mrs. Pearson, have we any stout left? I can't remember. Paying as much less attention as one could, Mrs. Pearson gets up to go to kitchen while asking for stout.